When it comes to diets, you hear so many different information. People saying you should go vegan, people saying you should go carnivore, and that's all bullshit. I'll share with you the simplest diet, which is also the best diet for your hormonal profile, meaning more testosterone, and you'll understand why I believe this diet is the best one and how to go from your current diet to this diet. You have been told your whole life that diet is key, that diet is the most important thing. Yet you probably still eat a bunch of bullshit. Because I used to. I was told that diet was so important, yet I was so obsessed about the gym. I wanted to get bigger, but I wasn't optimizing my diet. Now, if you're like how I was, I am here to help you. Now, follow along this video because it will change the way you see food. Currently, males and females testosterone is at an all-time low, and that's because of the food we eat. We're talking about half the testosterone that we had a couple of years ago. But if we look even further ago, like thousands of years ago, when men had thick skulls and warrior-like skulls, what do you think their testosterone was? Probably in the thousands, right? They probably had over 1000 nanogram per deciliter of testosterone. And if you know anything about evolution, you know that it's a slow process. And since cavemen had a high testosterone, and cavemen were living a natural life. Now, if you try to compare this to our current lifestyle of the average man, so let's say you go to work, you sit on your desk, you work all day long, you come back, you eat some junk food, you watch TV, you stay sat, you don't work out, and you play video games while eating Doritos, you need to know that in such a short time span, we didn't evolve to eat Doritos, to eat pizza and burgers. And by doing that, you are destroying your testosterone, your hormonal profile, and you're slowly killing yourself. The best and most optimal diet is what our ancestors ate. It is that simple. What did our ancestors eat? Primarily meat, then some fruit, some vegetable, and a little bit of nuts, right? They had a pretty clean diet now, didn't they? And that simple diet is the best one for you because it was the best one for them too. And evolution is a slow process. So how can you actually start eating more like your ancestors? Now, 8 months ago, I started doing this. 8 months ago, I had a trash diet. I had a junk food diet, basically. I was eating bullshit all day long. And nowadays, all I eat is basically meat, fruits, vegetables, pasta, butter and olive oil, of course. And that's almost it. Sometimes I got a cheat day or two, and sometimes, you get a little snack that your friend gave you and it's not in your diet, but that doesn't really matter. To transition from my past diet to my current one took me 8 months. So it is a very slow process. And what I basically did at first is cutting out all the junk food. I stopped eating Doritos, any types of chips. I stopped eating chocolate. I stopped eating candies, and I tried to go less to like restaurants. Now this took me a little bit more time because when I first discovered this diet and I wanted to try it, it was easy for me to cut all the candies, chocolate and stuff like that. But cutting out junk food took me a little bit more time, but simply not going to McDonald's is actually pretty simple. And now that you basically cut out all the bullshit, well, that bullshit needs to be replaced by something. If you can, try to replace that bullshit by more meat, more vegetables, and more fruits. Now, pasta is not something that our ancestors ate, but it's really helpful for bodybuilding because it has a lot of carbs and it's easy to eat. So I still eat pasta, but if you wanted the highest testosterone levels, honestly, I believe that cutting out pasta would be a good thing. But for you and for me, since I'm still trying to optimize for this diet, what you can do is make meals, just like I do, consisting of meat, pasta, fruit and vegetables. Now usually I don't eat fruits during my meal, I just eat it as a snack before or after my meal. Now you realize that this diet is basically just a clean diet, which has a lot of meat. So not like the vegan diet, and not like the carnivore diet, but somewhere in the middle where there's no processed bullshit. You get your vitamins from the vegan diet, your proteins and fat from the carnivore diet. So it's basically the most optimal diet for anyone out there. And oh boy, did this diet change my life. 8 months ago, and me right now are two different individuals simply because of this change in diets. I noticed a sky high testosterone levels, feeling more energized, having higher libido, and honestly pushing harder in the gym. Also, when you got higher tests, it's easier to build muscle and it's easier to lose fat, which is basically amazing for any bodybuilders out there. Which is why usually when you see pro bodybuilders, they're on testosterone. They're injecting testosterone. Well, you probably don't want to do that, and instead optimize your diet to increase your testosterone, maybe not to the level of those pro bodybuilders, but increase your testosterone nonetheless, naturally, and you will see the same benefits as I did. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you'd be interested in one-to-one coaching with me, where we basically hop on calls and do fun shit together, that's gonna be the first link in the description. And if you'd be interested in watching me and my little bros just next door work out together, we got this second channel called Anabolic Monkeys, where we basically post most of our workouts on there. So if you're interested in that, second link in the description. I'll see you guys next one. Mwah.